have a conversation, and she said, "What is this thing with this patch? Like, what is it?" And I didn't know that one of my aunts was really struggling, and we sent her some patches today. I remember you saying to me, "No, Nina," after you watched the video, that was a little longer than the one we showed, but we know that the one we showed
Yeah.
is effective. It's effective enough for people to really
Mhm.
get the picture. Um, you watched that video, and immediately there was no doubt in your mind that we needed to be here. I need you to convey from a doctor's perspective, why super patch? Why is this important? Why now? You could be in
Mhm.
any other company, and we were sick of companies, but
Yes.
why super patch? Would you tell the
Let me
people?
tell you. Oh my goodness. So this is, I mean, the science just made sense to me. This is what people are studying. This is what people are talking about. This is what doctors have spent many, many years trying to like put these pieces together about, and everybody's kind of doing their little part. And that's what Jay kind of, not kind of, he pulled this together, all those little pieces of information about how our body communicates with our brain and our brain to our body. And so I've actually been studying some of those doctors and following them. And it immediately clicked to me that we can change how we think. We can change how our brain responds and how our body responds by changing our what's going on in our brain. So why wouldn't it make sense to use the fastest communication to our brain, which is tactile, which is our skin, that sensation, that touch sensation is the fastest communication to our brain, to make it rewired. And that's what we talk about when we're changing our brain, when people are going through classes for so long and what have you. How about we're able to speed that up and help people not only change how they think, but change exactly what's happening in their bodies, what they're doing, how they're functioning out in the world, and just return quality of life. And to me, that's what I'm supposed to be doing as a doctor. That's what I think I was dreaming of when I thought of being a doctor from 8 years old, that I was going to help people be well. But what I learned in medical school was about treating everything with a medicine. And that's unfortunate. And although medicines have their place,
Right.
we are over medicated. We are over medicated, and things are not tracked the way that they're supposed to. And people are suffering more because they have too many medications and they don't even know what they're taking. And then we increase the problem because if you have more medications and more times to take medication, guess what? Whatever problem is being treated actually is not even being addressed, because most of the time people don't even remember to take the medicine, or they take it incorrectly. They take it too many times or too little times, and we're just in a sea of trouble. And so this tells me that we have not only an option, but a solution to 85% of what people show up to the doctor's office for. And that's across the board. That's even children. Children, unfortunately, in this world now are having very similar issues that adults are having. And that to me is even more impressive, because now, like you said, it's going to take us 5 decades, 5 generations to change what we've done with medications. We can, my God, we can start now with the children with Super
Yeah.
Patch
Yeah.
and actually make that change happen.
Yeah. So I want to ask you one last question, and because we're really not going to rush tonight's call. This is a celebration
Mm.
call. This is we've got the last night that people can do a 12.99 pack and get 80 packs of patches. I don't know. My I ordered some Friday morning, early Friday morning, and I got three of my orders today. So
Oh my
we're not going to rush this. Customers are still able until midnight to buy three and get two free, buy two and get one free by adding the total amount of patches that they want to the cart. But I need to ask you a question, because we do say that Super Patch works faster than Wi Fi, and it does. But there are some people that won't feel the immediate relief of pain going away, or the immediate relief of a limb moving, or something like that, or hands
God.
opening up, or tremors stopping immediately. I want you to address that, because then people are all over social media. Oh, this is a scam, this is a scam. It's not a scam. Can you please address that before we go to our next guest?
Sure. And it just came to me. I use a trail, but I'll also talk about, yeah, you think about going hiking and you've gone on a trail that everybody's gone on. That path is well worn. which is what we're talking about, the pain and whatever people have suffered, that's been going on. And so your brain's been running that pathway over and over and over. What's happening now is now we're clearing the brush on the new pathway that the patches are creating for you. So that's the rewiring that we're talking about. We're running a new pathway for proper function of whichever limb or proper balance for you to right yourself or to even out your non-dominant side to your dominant side. This is what's happening. That's now that path's being worn, and now that's going to become the clearing, and that's going to be now the worn path. But you got to wear the patches, and what's happening is that this is happening even if you don't sense it. If you sensed everything that your brain was doing, you'd lose your mind. We would not be able to function. Your brain is doing lots of things without you actually participating. So that's actually what's happening with the patches on. That's happening basically behind the scenes or under your skull. It's basically happening over and over until you will feel that change. And sometimes some people are so hard to know when things change that they have to run out of their patches and do without their patches and realize that a lot was better and then stop being better after a while. But even that will take a while because then that new pathway has been run and they may have to wait a few days, maybe even a couple of weeks before they sense that, oh, things were better when I was wearing my patches. But that benefit also lingered. And so they had to wait a little bit longer. So we heard that with the young lady that had the seizures and had no seizures for 20 days and then was able to go 2 more days even without patches to have no seizures. So yeah, so it's incredible. It's just incredible. And I'm glad that I am on this earth to be able to experience this and to be able to share this with people.
Wow, we're excited about what's going to happen for you in the next 30 or 60 days or so. You've got some major life changing happening, and we know that it is for the better, that God is releasing you to the marketplace, right? To help heal the people and to bring them a drug-free solution to be able to live a better way. And we're excited that we have you all to ourselves. Dr. Nicole Bramwell, you're amazing. Y'all light the chat up for Dr. Nicole Bramwell.